Some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Spyro's real, baby! Yes, Spyro is real. The Xbox show was yesterday, and we got a new Spyro game in the franchise called Spyro: A Realm Beyond. They are taking from the original series. It's none of that weird stuff we had in the past. I am over the moon. Now, what is so cool about this is that they're leaning more into the idea of him being an aviator, because we did see a lot of flight scenes in the short trailer that they showed. I'm happy about this because I always imagined Spyro as an aviator, like he would just be more attuned to the idea of flight. Don't know why I always thought that, maybe because of the speedways back in the day. But yeah, I just always had that opinion that he would be more and more of an aviator as the series goes on. So I'm happy they're going in that direction. We have a new villain, and here is where I want to start speculating. Because what I think they should do, if this sells well, which I think it will, what they should do is do the whole Mario Sonic thing. Or Crash too, because Crash asked this as well, in which you focus on a singular primary antagonist for Spyro to fight. Now, based on the characters that were added to Crash Team Rumble a little while back, I do wonder if Ripto is going to come back in some capacity and just become that. But it's still a little weird. But regardless, I think this new villain will be the perpetual arch nemesis to Spyro the Dragon, which is very good because it's getting out of this weird cycle that Insomniac was in back in the day. And they did this with Ratchet and Clank too, in which they had their protagonists fight a new foe each game, and they didn't really follow the formula that Crash had, or Mario or Sonic, in which there is just a primary nemesis that is behind all the schemes in each game. So I hope this is the direction that they're going, because in the past with Spyro it was Nasty Nork, then it was Ripto, then it was the Sorceress. So I do hope we have a primary direction for where we want the series to go for the foreseeable future. Toys for Bob is working on it. And I've played a little bit of Crash 4 and I liked it, despite me not really having a whole lot of history with the Crash series. Didn't really grow up with the Crash series. I grew up with Spyro mainly. So I'm very excited to see where they go. I don't think this is going to be bad at all, and I'm actually very optimistic. My only thing moving forward is that I really do hope they bang out whom they want the primary cast to be moving forward, because I think betting on Elora and Hunter is a good choice, because it was weird that in Crash Team Rumble Elora was there alongside Ripto and Spyro. So I'm starting to think that Elora is going to be your primary sidekick moving forward, perhaps along with Hunter, I'm not sure. But what's weird about Crash Team Rumble is that what could happen is that Ripto could be the actual villain behind the scenes, and the guy that we see in the trailer, or the villain that we see in the trailer, could just be a puppet of Ripto. That's a possibility, which makes a lot of sense because Ripto's the only one out of the three original antagonists that had a little more going for him, seeing as how he's from a world that we don't know a lot about, and he had an initial hate of dragons. So I could see him just being the main antagonist, the arch nemesis moving forward, regardless of who this new guy is. Because again, this new guy could just be a puppet. But regardless, I am still optimistic. Now, with Elora, the weird part about Elora and even Hunter is that they don't fly, and if this game is going to be focusing on flight, that's going to present a problem. But there could be multiple gameplay styles, and there could be multiple challenges that only Elora and Hunter can do that Spyro can't. But I do like the focus, especially looking at Elora, that we're focusing on the main cast being mythical creatures, because the problem with 3 Year of the Dragon is that really Bentley was the only mythical creature in being a Yeti, and then it felt as though the cast presented in that game, there were almost too many characters at that time. A lot of good gameplay ideas, and I love how they were redesigned in the Reignited trilogy, but I don't think they're a solid cast moving forward, because I think for a cast to be solid, you do need a small but recognizable group of characters that you can pick out of a crowd. This is why I'm talking about in which I say a character needs to look like something. Can this character sell merchandise? Can this character be recognized amongst a slew of characters in a lineup? You know what I'm saying? So even though I like Sergeant Byrd, I love his theme, I like Sheila, especially like the redesign. The redesign is fire. I like Agent 9, but the problem is that I don't think a lot of them have the gameplay chops for a long series. I think a lot of them play very stiffly and they don't have the fluidity that Spyro has. Now, Elora, in being a fawn, has a lot of things she could possibly do moving forward. I think because she is a blank slate, like Hunter is kind of a blank slate, you can basically build them up to be anything. But if any of the original cast from 3 came back, I would actually put in a ticket for Bentley, because Bentley's silhouette is just so unique, and his gameplay, I think, out of all the ones from 3 was the most diverse, because he could deflect projectiles with his club. He had this enormous amount of strength that Spyro as a series isn't really known for having. So he does genuinely bring something new to the table that the other characters don't really have, because Sergeant Byrd basically is just Spyro. Sheila could jump high, which honestly is something that Elora will probably do because she is a deer in being a fawn, so whatever. And then, you know, Hunter could probably do that as well. So if I had to pick anybody from Year of the Dragon, I would pick Bentley, because Bentley actually has something to offer. But otherwise, I'm very optimistic for this game moving forward, and I can't wait to see whom our initial cast moving forward may be. I do very much think that Elora is going to be the main one they show off next in the following trailers. I do think they're going to focus on her, seeing as how new model was presented in Crash Team Rumble, so she has the ticket to be a character of focus. But with all that being said, stay rosy.